What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to your stimulus package update and daily news report for Thursday, March 24th. So we got a lot of stuff that we really need to discuss because things could be coming very soon. We got some updates now from Senator Joe Manchin. He's the one senator that has really been preventing President Biden's economic agenda and the Build Back Better Act. So he's actually giving us somewhat of a timeline that potentially in April or May, we could see this economic agenda finally pass. That's big news, so I'll break down what's going on there. I also need to talk about Social Security, because now what we know is that Social Security offices will be opening in the month of April. About 1,200 field offices will be opening, which means people can actually start getting their benefits. This has been a huge issue for the past 2 years, and finally we're going to see some results. Now, we also got some news on loan delinquencies regarding subprime auto loans. So I want to address what's going on there and who experts believe are going to be the hardest hit because of this, and also provide you with some daily news as well. Again, first off, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. If you can and you enjoy these daily uploads, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button, and let's get right into it. Now, let's talk about additional funding and what has really gone out for the American people, because currently lawmakers are putting together a proposal for COVID funding. But at the same time they're putting this together, many Republicans are saying that they want to see proof of where the money has gone from the previous stimulus packages. And according to Senator Mitt Romney, Democrats should have the pay-fors outlined by today. It was supposed to happen last night. Reports indicate that it didn't really happen last night, so we should see it today. Now, we do know that Senator Joe Manchin, he is also ready to re-engage in President Biden's economic agenda, but, and this is a big issue, he also acknowledges that the plan that he had back in December, it's off the table. So Democrats are going to have to restart all the way from the beginning, which some say this could take even longer, but some say it will be easier because many lawmakers have just scrapped certain ideas. Free community college, gone. Not even on the discussion, not even on the table anymore. So things like that, they'll just scrap it, it will be gone, and it will not come back. So we'll see. Now, I do want to touch on something else, though, and that is Republicans are asking Democrats for more of a rundown of where money has gone. And they want to start really with the $350 billion that Democrats passed for state and local government funding. Now, this was passed through the American Rescue Plan. This was that $1.9 trillion stimulus bill or infrastructure package, whatever you want to call it, right? This kind of relief bill. Well, these funds have been used by many people because they have really helped provide the American people with additional relief. And this is a lot coming from the $350 billion. Now, some states have used their money to really help their residents. But others, according to reports, have not used their money with the best interest of their residents in mind. Now, I just want to give you a little bit of a list of what has been passed from this $350 billion. And you can let me know your thoughts on these. We have some states gave away vaccine bonus checks to encourage people to go and get a vaccine. We've seen states provide stimulus checks to lower income families, to women, single parents. We've seen that. Many states provided essential worker bonuses, which didn't go to all essential workers, because an essential worker to me is anybody that is deemed essential, right? Somebody that works in a grocery store, in my opinion, is essential, right? A sanitation worker, in my opinion, is essential. Now, I can go through a list of all essential workers, but in most cases, states only provided essential worker bonuses to government employees, to police officers, firefighters, EMTs, and people like that. Not even people that are working in the emergency room. Not even doctors or nurses were not actually deemed essential, which is crazy, but that's where we are currently at. Indiana, they spent $3 million at the Fort Wayne International Airport, I believe, to expand in additional gates. there was $2 million in Florida that was actually used to help build a new golf course. Florida has hundreds of golf courses, but they needed one more and needed COVID funding to help build it. $400 million in Alabama was used to rebuild the state prison, right? But and these are just some of the things that have passed. I could create a whole list and we could spend hours talking about this stuff. But those are just some of the things that were passed. And let me know your thoughts on these. Do you think these were all a good investment? I'm just curious. Now, the use of these funds varies, but reports are now indicating that if lawmakers were to pass another bill similar to the American Rescue Plan, that lawmakers would do something where they would provide more restrictions. They just have a lot more restrictions in mind. And that brings us to where we are currently at today, which is providing relief. But lawmakers want to provide relief to the right people with the right intentions. Not just to give somebody a check and be like, there you go, there's your check, go have fun, go put in the stock market, go buy a jet ski. That's not what they want. They want to make sure the people that they give it to have the right intention of what they're going to do with it. And that's where we see more concerns. Now, over the past couple of weeks, Senator Joe Manchin, he has been seeing more progress on President Biden's Build Back Better Act. He's been having multiple discussions. And even though he wants to start from the beginning, he knows that another bill will be critical to both the Democrats and the American people. Democrats due to the midterm elections, American people because they need additional support. Now, according to multiple aides, Senator Joe Manchin will look at the April-May Senate work period as the time to really negotiate the New Deal and pass this bill through budget reconciliation. That's good because, well, we're almost to April, which means within the next 2 months, we could not only have the negotiations started and potentially finished, we could have the bill passed through the House and the Senate. Again, he's talking about the April-May Senate work period. So we'll see what happens there. And again, as soon as I know more about where this bill is headed, what is really included in it, and what kind of support we are seeing, mainly in the Senate, I will bring you that update as soon as possible. But let's get into some other news as well. Because tomorrow, President Biden is expected to announce new sanctions against Russia. Now, I really want to bring this up because some of these new sanctions, Russia is already feeling a little bit of the effects of the sanctions, but at the same time, it's not really hurting them because they're selling oil to other countries, right? They're doing business with other countries, and that's okay. The United States is not going to stop them from doing that. Now, could NATO? Potentially. But will they? It's not looking likely. But what's going to happen tomorrow, according to reports just this morning, is that we will see more sanctions against the Russian Duma. There will be more sanctions against additional oligarchs. We will see additional sanctions for Russian defense firms and subsidiaries. And we will see additional sanctions for additional sectors of the Russian economy. Now, that was just a quick little rundown because we don't exactly know how far President Biden is going to go and how far the United States is going to go regarding additional sanctions. But the discussions, again, are going to happen today and most likely tomorrow. We will hear what President Biden says probably tomorrow. So as we get information on that, I promise I will bring you that information as well. Now let's touch on Social Security for a second because, like I said earlier in this video, millions of Americans are going to get additional relief very soon because we are going to see about 1,200 Social Security field offices open up after about a 2-year shutdown. This is big. This is going to be very big for a lot of people because over the past 2 years, really the only way that many people have been able to get any of their benefits, they've had to submit forms online, documents over the internet. And although you're probably thinking, well, this is easy, you just take a little picture, put it in a PDF on your iPhone, you're good to go, you send it off. Well, that's easy for somebody that has done it before or does it all the time, but it's very difficult for people that are not great on computers, not good with smartphones, and they're not great with technology. So millions of people have not been getting the benefits that they are due simply because they do not know how or they don't have the ability to submit online forms. That's a huge issue. Now, we do have some good news and bad news regarding these Social Security field offices though. The good news is they're going to be opening very soon. Obviously that's good. But bad news. The bad news is that these field offices are already expecting record numbers, and some are even trying to get retirees to come in and pretty much donate their time to help. Now, to make matters even worse, recently the Social Security phone lines have been having major issues. Some people are on hold for hours, never reach anybody. Some people finally reach somebody, but then the system hangs up on them unexpectedly. And the reason that these are major issues is because a lot of these offices are only going to be by appointment only, which means you got to make an appointment over the phone or online. If the phone lines are having issues and you do not know how to use the internet very well, you're going to have issues. And so that's why some are saying that this is very bad news, because here's the other option. You go into the Social Security field office and there will be somebody there that will help you set up an appointment. Then you go back home, you wait for your appointment, and you come back. Yeah, it's going to be that much of a headache. So we will see what happens there. And as always, I will fill you in on all latest news and updates. Now, let's talk about and let's address the subprime auto loan news, because here's what we're seeing. According to recent reports, past due subprime auto loans have climbed to their highest rate since April of 2020. And experts say that this is potentially a sign of trouble to come, as delinquencies have actually hit 4.15% in February on loans that were 60 days past due. And experts point to the fact that government assistance has stopped, and so have some of these payments. Now, they also say that this increase in subprime auto loan delinquencies is a real concern for lower income households. For many lower income households, they do not have 2 or 3 vehicles. They have one. And in most cases, that one vehicle they have does have an auto loan on it. So if you cannot pay for that one vehicle, guess what? The bank could come seize your vehicle. They could come take it back, right? Then you would be stuck with no vehicle. No vehicle to get to and from work, to take your kids to and from school, to go to and from the grocery store, pick up medications, go to doctor's appointments, nothing. You would then pretty much be forced to use public transportation. And if public transportation is not free, then you obviously have to pay for that as well. So it's not the best news, but that is what we're hearing at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates as we get it. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.